Hey, this ThinkerThunker, have you heard this story? A true Kentucky mountain boy, Toddler, found alive days after disappearance. Let's listen.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. Nearly 66 hours, that's how long Kenneth Howard, the 22-month-old Magoffin County toddler, was missing. He disappeared Mother's Day evening around 7:30 and was found this afternoon around 2. Luckily for search teams and Kenneth's family, he was found alive a little less than a half-mile from his home. The boy's father is calling today the greatest day of his life. We talked with him shortly after his son was found.
Disbelief for a while till they told me it was sure him and stuff, and I seen a picture of it. I said, "That's my boy." Tickled me to death. Best thing ever happened to me in my life.
Now, that is great news. We're all thrilled that the little boy is safe and that he's back with his family, and some are calling it a miracle. And it is miraculous that a toddler like that can survive out in, cold temperatures, 3 days and nights all by himself. And you can see where they found him out in this region. I mean, he was up in the mountains. And if we look over here, look at this shot. Look at that. What is wrong with this picture? Does this little bitty guy look like he might have been out there, wandered out there, up there on his own? I'm reading down here below. Cops say adventurous youngster. Now that's important because they're not blaming this on any kind of foul play at all. It's just this rambunctious little guy left his home, climbed a mountain on his own, and was found on a steep 50-foot incline, desperately clinging to a cliffside. Does that seem right to you? Now, we know, toddlers have gone missing before, and rescue teams know where to look for little guys like this when they go missing in mountainous areas. Little toddlers don't go uphill, they go downhill, Look for them in the valley. And they sure don't climb steep slopes. So right there is a huge departure from the norm. Now here's another huge departure. Little Kenneth here is in Kentucky, and pretty much right next door, little Casey here in North Carolina, the exact same thing happened to him. Here's the pattern here. Both little towhead toddlers in the same region at homes that border forested areas. I believe little Casey was at his grandmother's house. Anyway, then they both mysteriously disappear for 3 days and then are miraculously saved. But what is really bizarre, if you didn't watch my video or hear this story, in Casey's case, is that he credited a bear for saving his life. This bear took Casey, it carried him, he kept him warm, and the press loved it. It was a miracle that this bear quit being a bear and became this loving, caring, nurturing being who only wanted to rescue this little boy. I mean, wow, that is a miracle. It truly is. And what was a miracle to me is that no adult, nobody in the press, nobody was wondering, could there maybe be an alternative to this? Well, some were, a few. Like I think I saw a comment or two here or there where it's like, well, this was a Bigfoot. Now that's what's crazy, to suggest that there's a creature called a Bigfoot that would have saved this little boy. No. It was an angelic bear, okay? Get the story straight. Don't be crazy. Don't say it was some forest giant. It was a bear that saved him. Now, I wonder if little Kenneth here had anything to say, as in, what happened. All we know that he said, the rescuers said, he kept saying, here all night, as in other words, hey man, I've been up here all by myself, this has been rough. But there have been no reports of him saying anything else, like he hadn't made his big press release yet. But these little guys can at least put together, a simple enough statement to let you know what would happen. Like, I would love for somebody to ask little Kenneth, why did you leave home? Were you with anybody? Did you see anybody while you were away? Did anybody help you? I I would love to hear that. And maybe it was said and we're just not getting to hear that side of the story. But here's the thing. Little bitty toddlers like this don't run away from home and climb mountains. And little bitty toddlers like this don't get rescued by angelic bears. They just don't. So there's something more to this story. So my question is there something else going on in this region? Are people in this area used to the fact that their little ones are going to get plucked away and kept for 3 days, and just, all we care about is that we got, that we rescued them? That there's no talk of how they left. It's just that they left and were miraculously saved. What's the rest of this story? Now, there are some books called the Missing 411 series where they are full of bizarre cases like this, where these little guys go missing, or people from every age, but little guys like this go missing, and then sometimes there are big giant dogs that save them, or big fluffy bears. There's always something big and furry that was there for them, wow, that's really bizarre. You don't have to say it's Bigfoot, but there's something big and furry out there interacting with these kids all over the country, kids and older people. And what's really bizarre, we don't know what state of dress Kenneth was in when he left home and decided to go on, his big adventure. But when people are rescued, they're often found with no clothes on. Their shoes and socks have been removed, coats have been removed, things like that. So again, very bizarre, very weird. What is going on here? And then why is it that, like in 2 or 3 days, are these children found in areas that have already been combed by search crews with bloodhounds and helicopters in the air and all that? And then, somehow the kids turn up in those heavily combed areas. What's going on? All I know is if I lived in that region or near any forested area, had a home bordering any forested area, and had a little one like this, I would be taking some precautions. I wouldn't. You figure out what you would do, but be on high alert. Something is going on, and the officials and the press never talk about it. It's just always mysterious disappearance and miraculous rescue. End of story. So what do you guys think? I mean, that's all I've got on this for now. Hopefully little Kenneth here will come forward with his story. But you know what's amazing, like I talked about in the 411 books, no matter what age, after somebody has gone through something like this, they're always very confused by what's happened. And they never come out later and go, okay, I'm feeling better now. Here's my story. And, it's just very, very bizarre. And if you believe little babies run away from home and climb mountains or get saved by angelic bears, man, more power to you, that is your prerogative. I just don't. I have some questions about this. Again, I'm not saying that forest giants or some unknown species is to blame. It's just that these are highly bizarre. So that's all I've got on this for now. What do you guys think about this? What do you think is going on there? Let me hear from you on that. So, all right, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks, as always, to my patrons over at patreon.com. Your generosity, their generosity, makes these new videos possible. If it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't be making these videos. Thank you so much. You can join them. Go over there and check it out. It's $1 a month. That's it, for as long or short a period as you want to show your support. Also, special thanks to everybody buying my t-shirts and caps and mugs and all that stuff, hoodies. You can go to my shop right down here below this video and check it out for yourself, or go to ThinkerThunker.com. And that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.